Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Maybe you've noticed a few extra pounds creeping up, or perhaps you're just not bouncing back as quickly as you did a few years ago. It's something that many of us experience as we age, but here's the good news. Even after 60, you have the power to improve your heart health, boost your energy, and feel better than you have in years. And today, I'm going to share with you 5 essential tips that can help you prevent heart disease and keep your heart strong and healthy. Now, I know that health can sometimes feel like a daunting subject, especially when it comes to something as serious as heart disease. But don't worry. We're going to keep things simple, practical, and easy to implement. These tips are not about turning your life upside down. They're about making small, positive changes that can have a huge impact over time. So, let's dive right in and talk about the first tip that can set you on the path to a healthier heart. It's all about movement. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. I'm not a runner, and I don't have hours to spend at the gym. But the truth is, you don't need to run marathons or spend your days lifting weights to improve your heart health. In fact, simple, daily movement is one of the most effective things you can do. You see, as we get older, our bodies naturally become less active. We might spend more time sitting, whether it's watching TV, working on the computer, or just relaxing at home. But the more time we spend sitting, the more pressure it puts on our hearts. Our hearts need movement to stay strong, and when we're active, we're giving our heart muscle the exercise it needs to stay in top shape. So, here's the key: aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity every day. Now, that doesn't mean you have to commit to a 30-minute jog around the block, unless that's your thing, of course. It could be as simple as a daily walk around your neighborhood, gardening, or even dancing to your favorite music in your living room. The idea is to keep your body moving, and trust me, it doesn't take much to start feeling the benefits. If you're not quite there yet, don't worry. Start small. Maybe you walk for 10 minutes and gradually increase it. Every little bit counts, and your heart will thank you for it. In fact, studies show that just walking for 30 minutes a day can lower your risk of heart disease and improve your overall health. But movement isn't just about your heart, it also impacts your mood, your energy levels, and your overall well-being. So, even if you're not feeling up to it on some days, try to remind yourself of the positive effects it will have on both your body and mind. Now, let's talk about the second important tip to prevent heart disease: eating a heart-healthy diet. We've all heard that saying, you are what you eat, and it's true, what you put into your body plays a huge role in how well your heart functions. But it's not about going on a strict diet or cutting out all your favorite foods. It's about making smarter choices, day by day. First, let's focus on fats. While we do need fat in our diets, not all fats are created equal. Saturated fats and trans fats, which are often found in processed foods, can raise your cholesterol levels and increase the risk of heart disease. These types of fats are typically found in things like fried foods, certain baked goods, and processed snacks. So, what should you eat instead? Unsaturated fats. These are the healthy fats found in foods like olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds. Not only are these fats better for your heart, but they can also help lower bad cholesterol levels and keep your arteries clear. So, try swapping out butter for olive oil when cooking, or add some avocado to your salad for a creamy, heart-healthy boost. Now, let's not forget about fiber. Fiber is a superstar when it comes to heart health. It helps lower cholesterol, regulate blood sugar levels, and maintain a healthy weight. Foods high in fiber include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So, try adding more of these foods to your meals. You don't need to overcomplicate things, just aim to fill half your plate with fruits and veggies, and make whole grains like brown rice and whole wheat pasta a regular part of your diet. And while we're talking about food, don't forget to stay hydrated. Water is essential for keeping your heart and body functioning properly. Aim to drink plenty of water throughout the day, especially if you're active. It's an easy habit to adopt, and it's one of the simplest ways to support your heart health. Alright, now that we've talked about the importance of movement and a heart-healthy diet, let's move on to our third tip: managing stress. As we age, it's easy to let stress build up, whether it's from work, family, or just the everyday pressures of life. But the reality is that stress can have a major impact on your heart health. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol, which can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease over time. The more stressed we are, the harder our heart has to work. So, finding ways to manage and reduce stress is absolutely crucial for preventing heart disease. One of the best ways to manage stress is through relaxation techniques. Simple practices like deep breathing, meditation, or even just taking a few minutes to sit quietly and unwind can work wonders. It's all about giving yourself permission to relax and recharge. And trust me, your heart will thank you for it. But stress management isn't just about relaxation, it's also about maintaining a healthy work-life balance and setting boundaries. Sometimes, we get so caught up in our responsibilities that we forget to take care of ourselves. So, don't be afraid to say no when you need to, and make sure you're carving out time for things that bring you joy, whether it's spending time with family, reading a good book, or enjoying your favorite hobby. Now that we've covered the first 3 tips, movement, eating a heart-healthy diet, and managing stress, let's pause here and let everything sink in. The great thing is that these tips don't require drastic changes, they're about taking small steps to improve your overall health. But when you combine them, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of heart health. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll talk about a few more practical steps you can take to reduce your risk of heart disease, including getting quality sleep and staying on top of regular checkups. Let's keep working together to make sure your heart stays strong and healthy, no matter your age. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling inspired to keep working towards a healthier heart. Now that we've covered the first 3 tips, staying active, eating a heart-healthy diet, and managing stress, let's move on to the next steps that are just as important. In this part, we'll dive into the power of sleep and regular checkups, 2 key components in heart disease prevention. So, let's keep this momentum going. Let's start with something that many of us overlook, getting enough quality sleep. It might seem simple, but sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your heart. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies don't have the chance to properly recover. This can lead to higher stress levels, increased inflammation, and higher blood pressure, things that can all strain your heart over time. But it's not just about the quantity of sleep, it's about the quality. You want to aim for 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep each night. Now, I understand that as we age, it can sometimes be harder to get a full night's sleep. But there are some tricks you can try to improve your sleep quality. One of the first things you can do is create a bedtime routine. Just like how we have a morning routine, having a consistent bedtime routine helps signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid things like heavy meals or caffeine right before bed, and instead, opt for calming activities like reading or listening to soft music. If you have trouble falling asleep, there are relaxation techniques, like deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation, that can help ease your body into sleep. It's also important to create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. If noise is an issue, you might want to invest in a white noise machine or earplugs. And remember, the fewer distractions, the better, so keep electronic devices out of the bedroom if you can. These simple adjustments can make a huge difference in your sleep quality, and in turn, improve your heart health. Now, let's talk about the importance of regular checkups. As we age, it becomes even more important to stay on top of our health, especially when it comes to our heart. Regular checkups help catch potential problems early before they become bigger issues. So, make sure you're seeing your doctor for annual physical exams and getting your blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and blood sugar checked regularly. Your doctor can also help you monitor other risk factors, like your weight and body mass index, BMI, which are important indicators of heart health. If you're unsure about what tests you need or when to schedule them, don't hesitate to ask your healthcare provider. Staying on top of these checkups gives you peace of mind and empowers you to take control of your health. And remember, checkups aren't just about going to the doctor when you feel unwell. They're about prevention. It's much easier to address potential issues early on, when they're small and manageable, than to wait until they develop into something more serious. Regular checkups give you the information you need to make informed decisions about your heart health. As part of these checkups, your doctor might also recommend lifestyle changes if they notice any risk factors for heart disease. For example, they might suggest that you monitor your blood pressure more closely or adjust your diet further. These recommendations are invaluable, so it's essential to stay proactive and keep those appointments. Now, let's talk about the next tip: quitting smoking and limiting alcohol consumption. If you smoke, I'm here to tell you that quitting is one of the best decisions you can make for your heart. Smoking is one of the leading causes of heart disease because it damages the blood vessels, increases blood pressure, and lowers your oxygen levels. It's never too late to quit, and the benefits are almost immediate. In fact, within just 24 hours of quitting, your heart rate and blood pressure begin to drop. And within a year, your risk of heart disease is cut in half. I know quitting smoking can be tough, but it's definitely worth it. If you need support, don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor or a smoking cessation program. There are also various tools, like nicotine replacement therapy, that can help make the process easier. Now, let's talk about alcohol. While drinking in moderation might not be harmful for some people, excessive alcohol consumption can raise blood pressure and damage the heart muscle over time. The key is moderation. Limit yourself to no more than 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men. If you find that you're drinking more than that, or if you're using alcohol as a way to cope with stress or anxiety, it's worth talking to a healthcare professional for guidance. Making these adjustments, quitting smoking and moderating alcohol intake, can have a powerful impact on your heart health. It might not be easy, but the long-term benefits for both your heart and overall well-being are undeniable. Now that we've covered sleep, regular checkups, and reducing smoking and alcohol, we're getting close to wrapping up our list of tips. But before we finish, I want to leave you with one final tip that could be a game changer when it comes to your heart health: staying socially connected. As we age, it's common to experience changes in our social circles. But maintaining meaningful relationships and staying engaged with friends and family is crucial for heart health. Social isolation can lead to increased stress, depression, and even higher blood pressure, all of which can negatively affect your heart. So, make an effort to stay connected with loved ones, whether that's through regular phone calls, social gatherings, or community events. Having a strong social network can give you emotional support, reduce stress, and even encourage you to stay active. So, take the time to nurture your relationships, and don't be afraid to reach out to others when you need support. Whether it's sharing a cup of coffee with a friend or joining a local club, those connections matter for your heart health. And there we have it: sleep, regular checkups, quitting smoking, moderating alcohol, and staying socially connected. These 5 tips are not just about preventing heart disease. They're about living a fuller, healthier life, one day at a time. In the next part, we'll wrap things up with a few more encouraging words to help you stay on track with these habits. So, let's move forward, together, to keep your heart strong for years to come. We've already covered some vital tips that can make a huge difference in maintaining a healthy heart: staying active, eating a heart-healthy diet, managing stress, getting quality sleep, keeping up with regular checkups, quitting smoking, and moderating alcohol consumption. But before we wrap things up, let's talk about one more crucial factor that plays a big role in your heart health: maintaining a healthy weight. As we age, it's easy to accumulate a few extra pounds, especially if our activity levels decrease. However, carrying extra weight, particularly around your waist, puts extra strain on your heart. It increases your risk of heart disease by contributing to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar levels. But the good news is, losing even a small amount of weight can make a significant difference in your heart health. Now, I know weight loss can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be drastic. Start by making small, sustainable changes to your daily routine. You don't need to follow extreme diets or engage in intense exercise routines. Instead, aim for slow and steady progress. For example, focus on portion control. Sometimes we eat more than we realize just because it's easy to overeat without thinking. Try using smaller plates, eating more slowly, and paying attention to your body's hunger cues. Along with portion control, regular physical activity plays a huge role in weight management. Remember that a simple daily walk or light exercise can help you burn extra calories and keep your metabolism working efficiently. It's all about finding a balance that works for you, one that allows you to enjoy life while still taking care of your heart. The next step is managing your cholesterol levels. This is especially important after 60 because, as we get older, our cholesterol levels can naturally rise, which contributes to an increased risk of heart disease. cholesterol can build up in your arteries and form plaques, which can restrict blood flow and make it harder for your heart to pump blood effectively. There are two types of cholesterol to keep an eye on: LDL, low-density lipoprotein, often referred to as bad cholesterol, and HDL, high-density lipoprotein, which is considered good cholesterol. Having high levels of LDL cholesterol can increase the risk of plaque buildup in your arteries, while higher levels of HDL cholesterol help remove the bad cholesterol from your bloodstream. To keep your cholesterol in check, focus on eating heart-healthy foods. As we talked about earlier, foods rich in fiber, healthy fats, and antioxidants, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fish, can help lower LDL cholesterol and raise HDL cholesterol. Additionally, if your doctor recommends medications or treatments to help manage your cholesterol, it's essential to follow their guidance. But managing cholesterol isn't just about food, it also involves regular exercise. Physical activity can help raise your HDL cholesterol, so aim to stay active for at least 30 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be intense, just staying consistent with your movement can have a lasting impact on your cholesterol levels. As we near the end of our heart-healthy tips, I want to emphasize something that's absolutely essential: your mindset. Taking care of your heart doesn't have to feel like a burden or something that's too hard to do. Instead, think of it as a long-term investment in your well-being. The choices you make today, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on your future. It's also important to remember that you're not alone in this journey. Many people over 60 are making positive changes for their health, and the support of your family, friends, or even health professionals can make a big difference. Reach out to those around you, whether it's for encouragement or simply to share your successes. It's about building a support system that will help you stay on track and feel motivated to keep going. And finally, I want to leave you with this: it's never too late to start making changes that will benefit your heart. No matter where you are on your health journey, it's always the right time to prioritize your well-being. Small changes can lead to big results, and you'll start noticing the difference sooner than you think. So, to wrap things up, here's what we've learned today: staying active, eating heart-healthy foods, managing stress, getting good sleep, keeping up with regular checkups, quitting smoking, moderating alcohol, maintaining a healthy weight, managing cholesterol, and most importantly, staying positive. These are the habits that can help keep your heart strong for years to come. Remember, you are in control of your heart health. Every step you take towards making healthier choices is a victory. It doesn't matter how old you are, it's never too late to start taking care of your heart. Keep moving forward with confidence, and know that you're doing everything you can to live a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or any tips you have for maintaining a healthy heart. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips and advice on living your best life, no matter your age. Here's to living your best life and keeping that heart of yours strong and healthy. Cheers to a happy, heart-healthy future.